Okay, so technically this is a continuation from the last video. If you didn't see it, I can put a link up in the top corner of the screen. So anyway, this one is titled Depression and Anxiety. Two things that a lot of people understand, or at least hear about sometime in their life. The only difference, well, it's not really a difference. It's more so because of being who I am, depression is kind of hand in hand. Um, because you're spending most of your time feeling like that you're stuck and there's no way out, it tends to take its toll on, well, basically everything in your life. For me, that meant years long term unemployment. It also meant severe depression. So basically, back in 1997-ish is when I finally got the internet. Now, we're not talking about this fancy Wi-Fi, high-speed stuff that we all enjoy today. Okay, some of us. Um, where I live isn't that fast. So I was talking about the dial-up internet, and it took like 5 to 10 minutes just to download one picture sometimes, depending on how big it was. So anyway, because I now had the internet, I was able to look up and discover more about who I felt I was or thought I was. I also got to talk to other people who were going through the same sort of things, or I should say, other individuals who were going through something similar. And I say that because to me they were a little crazy. Um, it's like anything, any fandom, any just anything in life really. You get these people who are like on a full scale. You get the people at the very bottom of the scale who are like, yeah, I enjoy that, and that's as far as it goes. Then you get the people in the middle of the scale who are, I really love that. I'm willing to shave my head for that, or things like that. And then you get the elitist who look down on everybody, who are like, oh, if you're not doing this, then you're not one of us. You're not a true believer, or not a true team player, or not a true anything, so we don't talk to you. Well, for me, I didn't know where the hell I was. I know I definitely wasn't elitist, um, because I personally like to treat people wherever they're from with the same respect that I want to be treated with. Okay, it doesn't always happen that way, but, well, you can only hope. Um, so anyway, as the years, well, I would say as the years went on, um, round about Christmas time of 97, I kind of felt a downhill slide into a depression. And um, because as I was learning more about myself, I was kind of realizing that, oh shit, I am transsexual. There's a long journey ahead, and it's not going to be an easy one. I don't even know who to talk to. I couldn't find um, a doctor or somebody who would be willing to send me to the right person. When I first entered severe depression, I actually did go to the doctors and explain to them what was happening, and they sent me to the local mental health clinic, which, as I've probably mentioned, all they did was treat the depression. They didn't treat the gender issues. We talked about it, but their main concern was the depression and any suicide attempts that I was going to try, or any self-harm thing that they was scared I was doing. Um, this actually went on for quite a few years, and my case being the gender issue got bounced around a couple of times. they also sent me to, because the time or whatever it was got used up at one clinic, they sent me to the sexual health clinic at the local hospital. And the sexual health clinic was to deal with diseases and stuff, not so much gender issues. It was all about what disease you can get if you bump uglies with somebody. Well, being that I never had done that sort of thing at that point in time, so it was like, yeah, sure, still a virgin. Haha, sure, why am I here? Oh, that's right, I'm here to see the psychiatrist. Um, he basically saw me until such time as he deemed me not depressed anymore, but he couldn't deal with the gender issues, which then still left me in limbo for a period of time. Hell, one doctor I went to, he actually, well, you could call it a panic attack. In fact, his last name kind of was very similar to the word panic, which was funny. Because his first reaction when I said I'd like to go on to hormones to become female, um, his reaction was to, oh shit, what do I do in this situation, kind of thing, and sent me to mental health, which was just around the corner from the office. Um, I went to them, and they basically told me, we don't know what to do, we're so sorry. Which was okay, because at that point in time, I think I had my head back on my shoulders. The depression stages that I went through, um, as much as I hate to admit this, yes, they were suicidal at times. There was times that I tried to cut my wrist with something, but the pain of the blade that I was using kind of woke me up, and it was like, oh shit, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, no, don't want to do this, don't want to do this, want to live. Got plans, got plans. Um, some of the people I talked to on the internet told me to make a promise that I would never do that again, and I was kind of like, bugger. Okay, I won't do that again. I promise, I'm so sorry. Because I kind of like their friendship for better. It eased the pain at the time. Um, some of the oh, I have to tell you, some of the groups that I was speaking to on a regular basis, like a chat room type thing, um, they they were strange. They were they just liked dressing up. That was it. So in a way, they were into role playing. That was the whole thing. That was how they were happiest. They felt at peace. Everything for them was fine. They just wanted to roleplay. That's it. Except their idea of roleplay was going overboard, and it was driving me mad. They would not say email, they would say female. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I don't want to play that game. Um, so anyway, after enduring those chat rooms for a while, I did end up getting to speak to somebody who's been through the process and is post-operative. And to me, that was the best thing ever, because they were actually, um, well, they made sense. They weren't saying stupid things. They were making perfect sense. And that I completely understood why they did, and it was just, yeah, it was like, finally, I finally found somebody. And then after that, I managed to find some local people who knew the doctors to go see, and all that, the doctor to see for the psychiatrist, the doctor to see for to get referrals to the endocrinologist and all that stuff, which was great for me. However, um, funny story. The first psychiatrist that I actually got to see, who was the right one who dealt with gender issues, unfortunately she kind of died, and that put me into a kind of a spirally type depression for a while. And so I spent a few years hanging out with my best friend. We just went out together and things like that, to clubs and whatever, where we felt safe because, well, she was just a straight white female. Um, and she didn't really feel safe going to ordinary clubs, and of course, there was me. And I didn't feel safe going to straight clubs either, so we went to the gay clubs and felt very comfortable and happy there because no one hit on us or did weird things to us. I did get told off for not having pride in myself, and that was by a car attendant. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll swear I'll be more proud. Um, Unfortunately, things like anxiety still sticks around. Uh, I mean, granted, my voice isn't perfectly feminine, but then again, I do stand around about 6'3", so yay, genetics. Yes, so I do get a bit shy or anxious when going out, shopping or whatever. If I've got somebody with me, I'm fine. It's just going out to places alone, and that doesn't matter how I dress that day. I could have makeup on, I could be wearing a dress, I could be wearing pants, it doesn't matter. I still get that anxiety feeling. And it, yeah, doesn't help any. In fact, it doesn't help at all. Um, but I know that I'm not alone in suffering this anxiety feeling. As I said, if I've got somebody with me, I'm fine. I can kind of um, use their, not their energy as such, but use their presence as a safety blanket so that I don't feel as anxious, and then I can do whatever I have to do. In other cases, it's once I'm in that situation, then I'm there. I've kind of just got to break through that wall, and then I'm good to go. Just don't ask me to stand up in front of people for public speaking, please. But then again, that's why I started YouTube, is so that I can work on feelings of anxiety, uh, try to, work on this whole speaking thing to a camera, and then other people can watch and leave comments. If you like this video, hit the like button, and if you have not done so yet, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.